Happy holidays, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Inland Northwest, Spokane, Washington. We've got Pac-12 men's basketball up for you next. Brought to you by Pacific Premier Bank. Boise State, the Broncos out of the Mountain West Conference, ready to take on the Washington State Cougars. The Cougars now 8-4 on the season. Welcome courtside, Greg Heister, Dan Dickow. Important game for Washington State. Boy, is Kyle Smith really scheduled difficult in this non-conference schedule this year, Dan. This might be the toughest test to this point.
Yeah, year 3 under Kyle Smith, you're starting to see a change of just getting through to now finding challenges to get his team ready for Pac-12 play, and this is a definite challenge.
And some added punch of late for Washington State comes in the form of DJ Rodman. Not only, Dan, can he shoot the three, but he does all the ugly things great for Washington State as well.
Yeah, DJ Rodman a season ago was really good at all those little ugly details that you talked about, things that the coaches love. They have been challenging him as of late to become more consistent in searching his shot. He has taken the message to heart. He's coming off a career high against Northern Colorado earlier in the week where he had 21 points and 10 rebounds. If he can produce like this, they are going to continue to surprise some people in the Pac-12.
Rodman started the year 1 of 11 from 3. Since then, 11 for 23. He's red hot. Okay, Tyson Dagenhart for Boise State, Dan. He's no longer a secret, but just a freshman, and Leon Rice thinks he's got a future star in his hands.
Yeah, he is in a homecoming game of sorts. Went to Mount Spokane High School, about 25 minutes away from the Spokane Arena. In the last 6 games since they moved him to the starting lineup, it has completely changed how the Broncos have played. The ball has moved, it's been shared, they've shot it from a better percentage all over the floor, and a big reason why is Dagenhart. Back-to-back freshman of the week in the Mountain West. He is excited to play in front of over 200 family and friends.
A great defensive matchup tonight. Boise State, Washington State. The Broncos hold their opponents under 60. A tough test for the Cougars. Starting lineup, tip-off next. And welcome back to Spokane, Washington. Great matchup for you tonight. Boise State, they call them the Broncos, against the Cougars of Washington State. Boise, Idaho, Pullman, Washington, Bamba, Flowers, Williams, Muhammad Gay, and Desean Jackson. Kyle Smith going big with this lineup. Muhammad Gay at 6'11", Jackson up there as well. Michael Flowers, he's a scorer, ladies and gentlemen. For Boise State, this is a team that's going to really put pressure on you defensively. They don't shoot the three well. They don't shoot it well from the free throw line, but they win games. They hold their opponents, Dan Dickow, to under 60 points a game in 10 of their 12 games this year. There's Kyle Smith in his 3rd season. Washington State great on the defensive end as well. Leon Rice, the head coach of Boise State, was worried about the Cougars defense as well today. Now in his 12th season, this is the all-time winningest coach in Boise State men's basketball. Talk defense, Dan.
Well, both teams pride themselves on the defensive end of making life difficult. Boise State, one of the best in the country at taking away threes. And Washington State has a similar philosophy, but they've also got the added bonus of the size and length on the interior to challenge shots at the rim.
Officials are about to get us going as TJ Bamba headed back to the bench for something. A lot of nonverbal communication going on right now. Good crowd in the Veterans Memorial Arena for this. We're projecting about 4,000 on hand to watch Boise State and Washington State. Unclear how many are here to watch the Broncos or how many are here to watch the Cougars, but our first bucket we may know if it swings one way or the other. Opening tip, won by Washington State. We're underway. Greg Heister, Dan Dickow. Washington State trying to get to 9-4 on this season, and so are the Boise State Broncos. Here's Desean Jackson looking to go high-low. Had to give it up. TJ Bamba. Noah Williams out to get it. Noah drives.
They tried to focus in on Muhammad Gay on the low block. Dagenhart, a nice job of getting into three-quarter post position.
Jackson's got to get it up. Jump hook. Won't go. Rebounded by Mladen Armush. And keep an eye on number 33.
He can rebound. One of the best rebounders in the country. Around 8 a game, but he really does damage on the offensive end of the glass. Kyle Smith told us today at shoot-around, he's really concerned about keeping him off that glass.
Yeah, he will test the physicality of these post players for Washington State. Jump shot by Akot is long, rebounded Flowers. Outlet quickly, Noah Williams. Akot there defensively. Now Jackson handoff again to Noah. 20 on the shot clock. Somehow got it inside to Jackson. Shot won't go, and Armish with the rebound. And now Boise State, Dan, they don't shoot the three well. They score enough to win. Where's the offense got to come from today? And there's the charge on number 24, Abu Kijab.
Well, at times, Kijab can get out of sorts offensively and really try to attack in those situations. Earlier in the year, he was taking a lot of threes. He settled in to trying to attack off the bounce, which is his strength. That time gets called for the charge, but Boise State has been much better since Degenhart has been put in the starting lineup. 5-1 with that being the case, and a lot of it is due to quick decisions. The ball movement has gotten much better.
And a foul called there on Marcus Shaver Jr., redshirt senior, grew up in Phoenix, Arizona, transferred to Boise State from Portland. He was a good player for the Pilots, led them in scoring at nearly 15 points a game. And now for the Broncos, great dish, Jackson. Desean Jackson will go to the free throw line. It'll be a physical game inside today.
It will be. Armush and Jackson, two physical players who don't mind the bump and grind game on the low block, but a good execution on the pick and roll there from Washington State. Armush, not a bad foul. Desean Jackson has struggled at that area, only 64% on the season.
There's Mladen Armish from Serbia, redshirt senior. He's 6'10", but 240 pounds. 1 of 2 for Desean Jackson. The 64% free throw shooter gives the Cougars the early 1-point lead. Give and go, and the foul inside on Washington State. I believe it's on Noah Williams.
Because Akot at 6'8" is many times the point guard for Boise State, they can run some unique actions. That time, just quick entry to the elbow and just a quick basket cut. Noah Williams got caught behind.
Here's a Akot. Picked up his dribble. Armish into the corner. Good look. Shaver won't shoot it. 7 on the shot clock. Short jump shot won't go for Kijab. And Mohamed Gay cleared that rebound for Washington State. Rebound, and we're going to keep a close eye on that statistic tonight. That may favor the winner. And Williams inside and gets the bounce, and eventually the roll. 3-0 Cougars.
It's a good sign if you're a Cougar fan. Noah Williams struggled against Northern Colorado. 3 of 13 from the field. This after a game against South Dakota where he battled not COVID, but sickness, and didn't play well at that game either.
Armish, the charge, and that's his second personal foul, and that's a big one against Boise State, but Dan put it on the floor trying to score it.
Good job from Jackson to sell it to the baseline official. That's a big foul for Boise State because Armush does so many things on the glass defensively. He's not much of a scoring option, although he can catch and finish on pick and rolls. Boise State brings in Lucas Milner, who's just back from a shoulder injury. He's really the only other interior option with any type of size they have on the inside.
And he's replaced by Lucas Milner, a senior from Kansas. Here's Flowers. Bamba lucky to get it back, as Max Rice almost had himself a steal and a run out there. Here's Bamba. Dives in, no shot travel called. Turnover against the Cougars, their second of this half.
Bamba has really made strides his sophomore year. Last 4 games, he's started, averaged over 11 a game. He's starting to get the freedom to expand his game a little bit under Kyle Smith, but with that freedom comes a lot of responsibility to not do too much.
And that foul called on Noah Williams, and that's his second. So now both teams with a key contributor in foul trouble, and we're a little over 3 minutes into this game.
And Noah looking back at the official like, what did I do? Well, first off, you have a quickness advantage of guarding Acott as a bigger point guard, bringing the ball up the floor, and you want to use that to your advantage, but you also can't create contact at half court and put yourself in a position where the official could easily make that call.
Here's Shaver. Three-point shot is true. Our first make from downtown, tied at 3.
Well, you said Boise State's been struggling shooting the ball this season, and that's true. They've gotten better as of late. Shaver in particular, 14 made threes over the last 6 games.
Muhammad Gay, jump hook inside long. Cleared by Degenhart. Here's Acott. Trying to get it to the post, and now they'll swing it. Rice on the drive. Degenhart, open 3, in and out. He was knocked to the floor, no whistle. Rice with a long rebound. And now Acott lines up the 3. That's short. And a long rebound again, kicked in the air by Flowers. A collision out near middle court, and a foul called there on Flowers. And now Kyle Smith not happy with the officiating. Some fireworks early between Boise State and Washington State. We're tied at 3. A good one brewing in Spokane. And welcome back to Spokane. A game with 7 fouls already on the stat sheet. Tied at 3. Greg Heister, Dan Dickow. Dan, Washington State, why don't you break them down for us? Give us an overview of their season to this point.
Well, the record 8-4 can be a little deceiving. Those 4 losses are combined 13 points. So they could potentially have a better record, 1-1 in the Pac-12. But really where they've made the biggest strides is on the defensive end. They've been terrific in forcing opponents into difficult shots and then finishing possessions with a rebound. Michael Flowers been a tremendous add as a grad transfer from South Alabama, but I still think a low post presence that's consistent, whether it's Desean Jackson, Abugidi, or Mojave Gay, as he grows into his skill set as a freshman, is necessary because, quite frankly, in those 4 losses, they've had long scoring droughts that has really been the difference.
7 fouls already called in this game. In this one, Dan, 2 guys going after a loose ball. I get it, the letter of the law, you call the foul whistle, but isn't that a play on there?
I think it's a play on. I mean, fouls, the way I've always heard them described from an official, is advantage, disadvantage. Did one player gain advantage due to contact? Quite frankly, when I look at that play, both players are attacking a loose ball. They both got there literally at the same time. Play on. And
we anticipate a defensive battle tonight between these 2 programs. 7 fouls already called will definitely favor the deeper team as this game progresses. Here's Shaver, 6 on the shot clock. Tyrell Roberts out there defensively, and now another whistle and a foul called on Muhammad Gay with the touch. And that is number 1 against Gay, but already 4 now against each team. 15:31 to play in the first half. And here comes TJ Rodman. He'll replace TJ Bamba. DJ and TJ, you got to keep it straight, Dan.
Those 2 have been really good as of late. Still trying to figure out how to be consistent night in, night out, but big, strong, physical wings.
And now the foul called on Tyrell Roberts, who was inside trying to defend Lucas Milner on that pass to the post. And he picks up his first. That's 5 on the Cougars.
The way this is going, both teams are going to be in the bonus. About 11, 12 minutes left in the first half. That might cure some of the ills of field goal shooting for both teams.
Here's Rice, the son of the head coach Leon Rice. Shaver, baseline leaner goes. He's got 5. He's got them all for the Broncos.
And that's the scoring ability he showed when he was at the University of Portland. He was a big-time scorer for Terry Porter for 2 seasons on the Bluff.
F.A. Abugidi on the floor for Washington State. He's got the ball now. Rodman trying to get free, and Rice just clinging to him. 10 on the shot clock as Michael Flowers goes to work, trying to create space. A little stumble there on the stop. And now Roberts, 2 on the shot clock. No space. Defense there for Boise State. And that was a shot clock violation. Didn't get it off in time.
Tremendous defense from Boise State, but Tyrell Roberts, you and Michael Flowers in this situation are dual-headed point guard. You have to understand shot clock situation. Boise State a nice job of recognizing it, switching at the end of the shot clock, but you've got to get that shot off.
But that great switch by Degenhart there, a freshman, Dan, knowing, making winning plays. Leon Rice was talking about that with us today. Just a winner.
Yeah, absolutely. He really kind of changed the culture at Mount Spokane High School over the last 4 years. 4-year starter. He has been a mentor to so many kids that are coming up in that school district and want to play for that basketball program.
2 on the shot clock. Fall away. Won't go from Kijab. Abagidi with a rebound. 5-3 our score. Roberts finds space. Buries the 3. He needs to get it going for the Cougars. He's been cold the last 3 or 4 games.
He started off the season tremendously shooting from beyond the arc, but yeah, he has struggled over the last 5 or 6 games, and that's going to happen. He's known as a 3-point shooter. He's a little undersized. Teams are going to try to take it away. He's just got to be a little more decisive in creating his space.
Degenhart looking for his first points, working on Muhammad Gay. Shaver, catch and shoot. Tip back. Degenhart with the offensive rebound. Hits Shaver. And blocked by Abagidi at the glass. Loose ball picked up by Efe. Here's Flowers now in transition. Roberts, wing 3. That's off the front of the rim. Loose ball grab by Shaver. And Rice, open 3. Transition is off. Muhammad Gay just picked up his second personal foul. That clearly a foul on that rebound.
You've got to be a little bit more deceptive when you're out of position and how to root out the block out as Gay pushes Degenhart in the back. But Max Rice misses that 3-pointer badly in transition. And I can say badly because I'm family friends with the Rice family, but he has shot the ball poorly to start this season. A season ago, he was one of the better 3-point shooters in the Mountain West. This year, after coming off of a hip surgery, he's really struggled to find his rhythm. Once he gets it, I think he's really going to help this Bronco offensive attack.
Cougars now with 6 fouls against them, so 1 more. Boise State will be in the bonus as we near the 13-minute mark of this first half. Kijab with Rodman right under him. Got Rodman in the air, crafty move, and free throws coming now for Abu Kijab.
That's where I think he's really been good as of late, has Abu Kijab. Early in the season, he would drive, he would try to finish through transition, through traffic. Now, his drive gets cut off. He turns it into a post-up, gets Rodman up off the ground, gets himself to the free throw line for 2.
Kijab began his career at Oregon, grew up in St. Catharines, Ontario, Canada. Averaged about 2 points a game between 2017 and 19 for the Oregon Ducks. Tied at 6. Kijab, a 57% free throw shooter. 1 of 2 from the line. Rodman the rebound.
That's something to keep an eye on if it's a close game. Boise State only shoots 58% on the season.
Roberts, little stop and go. Crafty finish. Washington State back in front, 8-6.
It seems like he's got some confidence back after the mentioned struggles over the past few games. He can be a difference maker as a scorer off the bench.
Najee Smith, number 23 on the floor for Boise State. Grew up in Spokane as well. A lot of Spokane connections with this Boise State team. Fallaway won't go for Kijab, and Abagidi another rebound. We talked about the rebounding numbers. Right now, Boise State with 9, and the Cougars with 5. Yakimowski for 3. And Dan, if the Cougars can continue to get consistency from him behind the arc, this Cougar team's only going to get better.
Yeah, that's a big bucket for Yakimowski. 14 against the last win against Northern Colorado. He understands his role. He doesn't try to do too much. Find and search open space along that 3-point arc.
Turnover. Milner couldn't handle the pass. Again, Roberts going to the rim. No shot. Foul called prior to the shot. Cougars lead it 11-6. And we've got offense then.
Tyrell Roberts, a little hesitate and go, getting himself to the rack, and Yakumovsky doing what he does best. Let it fly from beyond the arc.
11:38 to play here in the first half. Washington State leading Boise State 11-6. Ty Degenhardt, a freshman from here in Spokane, Washington, played at Mount Spokane. This was team dinner at their house last night, Dan, and you've been a member of teams and you know what team dinners are like, but what an opportunity it is to have it someone's house.
Yeah, it's always fun when you play in a teammate's home city. You get a chance to go spend some time, get a home-cooked meal.
Yeah, and that's down in the cellar of the Degenhardts. Look at that arcade, and Leon Rice there in the front told me, playing Asteroids. That's old school, like Asteroids. Now, I'm not sure the kids today would find that game interesting, but
probably
totally
not.
Retro, and what a game Asteroids was. There is Leon Rice. A lot of connections to Spokane. Spent some of his summer up here, still close friends from his days as a longtime assistant at Gonzaga. Here's Tyrell Roberts talking with Washington State and preparing for this game. They thought it was important to get Roberts going, and he traveled. Jump stop inside, but then that pivot foot must have moved.
I know we've touched on Degenhardt a number of times early in this broadcast, but if we get a chance at some point to watch that last possession again, his defensive coverage as a big and a pick and roll for a freshman was perfect there.
Aycott backing down, trying to get it inside to Degenhardt, and another turnover for Boise State, their fifth.
That typically has not been a area of concern for Broncos this season. That being said, Washington State, they do have great length on the perimeter outside of Roberts where they can really be active on the ball.
Pavle Kuzmanovic on the floor right now for the Broncos. He's wearing number 13. He's got the ball. He can shoot it. Aycott, rise over Roberts. And Boise State needed that 11-9. Aycott's first field goal. He averages 11.3 points a game. Andre Yakumovsky handoff to Flowers. Into the corner. Andre drives. Skip to Rodman. 8 on the shot clock. This Bronco defense tough. 3 on the shot. Roberts with a hand in his face. Tyrell Roberts with 8 points to begin for the Cougars.
Well, that's where Aycott's there, but he's not there because of Roberts in that quick trigger.
Slow start lately for Tyrell Roberts in games as Aycott missing. Yakumovsky clears it. But when this season began, Tyrell Roberts was a major piece as he feeds the ball to F.A. Abagidi. Couldn't handle it. Roberts not playing well lately. I know Kyle Smith happy with this start here tonight. 20 on the shot clock. Smith creating some room. Beat Flowers, missed the shot. Yakumovsky the rebound. Roberts again left open. That's off the front of the rim. Rodman the offensive rebound and another chance. F.A. Abagidi out to set the screen. Smith trying to pin Roberts to that baseline and picks up the personal foul. That's number 6 on the Broncos.
Shot clock winding down. You've got to understand the first good look a shooter gets, it's going up. Roberts getting in the vision of Yakumovsky and then the quick trigger. He's got a little pep to his step today, playing with much more energy. He was sick against South Dakota and then missed the following game as well, but he has come to play this afternoon.
And keep in mind, we've not seen 2 of the bigger stars in this game in a long time now. Noah Williams remains on the bench for Washington State with those 2 fouls. So does Mladen Armish, the big post player for Boise State. And again, Roberts 2 more, Dan, this time from the elbow, and it's 16-9.
And when he gets it going, he can really get it going. Transferred from Division II Cal State, UC San Diego. Against Cal State East Bay, he hit 10 threes in a game 2 seasons ago.
Turnover. Here's Bamba. Desean Jackson, the big man running the floor. Putback is good, and Washington State, a great start tonight at Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena. They lead Boise State 18-9. They're 7 of 14 on the floor. And a 7-0 run. Yakimowski picks up the loose ball, the bounce to Bamba, and Desean Jackson, 6'11", running the floor. Put back good. Cougars up early. 8:29 to play in the first half. Greg Heister, Dan Dickow, 18-9 the score. Washington State, an explosive start offensively for them, 7 of 14. And it's Tyrell Roberts. Not that he's not in the scouting report, but if you're Leon Rice, you're shaking your head because the last 6 games have been tough for Roberts.
Yeah, last 6 games he's struggled shooting it. 3 of 21 from behind the arc. And this came after a game against Eastern Washington where they lost. He had 23 points. So the scouting report was there, take him away. He struggled with having to focus. Tonight, it has not mattered. He has got off to a quick start, 10 points, 4 of 7 from the field.
And I'm sure Kyle Roberts spoke with Tyrell and said, look, we need to get you going. We were at our best when you were playing well. We need you. And number 33, Maladen Armish, back on the floor for Boise State. He sets the screen on Rodman. Degenhart, deflection picked up by Rice. 5 on the shot clock. Degenhart off balance with that 3 attempt. He was hoping to draw a foul. And Rodman almost went across center court. Roberts into the corner. DJ Bamba. Degenhart closed down that baseline. Good defense. Yakimowski.
Not what you want to see from Washington State. Yakimowski in a pick and roll with shot clock winding down.
Roberts short on that 3 attempt. Shaver may have gotten a finger on it.
But
Rice.
That's what good defensive teams do. Washington State, Boise State both would be described as such. They make you do things that are uncomfortable. They put the ball in guys' hands in situations where they can't necessarily consistently succeed.
Armish now 0 for 2. He averages 7 points a game. And Desean Jackson taxed with defending the big Serbian inside. He's got the ball right now. There's Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. Bamba will shoot the 3. That's well off. Degenhart may have got a finger on it. Bamba talking to the official right now and saying, look, that should have been off of Degenhart. I'm not sure.
Yeah, anytime as a player you shoot an air ball, you have to look over at the official and say they got a piece of it. And that just kind of helps your credibility with your teammates, I imagine.
I do that when I call a game and say something foolish. I'm looking at the official going, look, no. No, there wasn't any contact there. So Bamba misses. And not a good pass inside from Degenhart. 18-9. And 7 turnovers now for Boise State. Yakimowski, corner 3, way off. Back-to-back air balls from behind the 3-point line for Washington State. Degenhart inside, too hard off the glass. And Yakimowski cleared the miss. Michael Flowers yet to take a shot for Washington State.
Yeah, he's been playing very well, too. I really think he's kind of been an unsung hero to this 8-4 start.
And a whistle. And Degenhart, again, older than his years, isn't he, Dan?
That's known in the scouting report. Yakimowski catch and shoot 3s. If that's not the case, he's a right-hand driver. Degenhart is there. He recognizes it, reads it, gets himself in front, takes the charge. Again, he does so many things that don't always show up on the stat sheet for a young player. I think the biggest change in their offense is once he really moved into that starting lineup is the ball moved and quicker decisions were made, allowing others more space and time to make scoring opportunities come to fruition.
And right now this Cougar defense giving Boise State fits. Shaver found a soft spot, missed the three. Bamba up high for the rebound. DJ Bamba, again contact. A lot of whistles, another foul. This is on Bamba, his first. That's 9 against Washington State. We've had 17 fouls called in this game.
It's not the prettiest basketball. Degenhart reading the crossover dribble from Bamba. Gets himself in front again. Back-to-back possessions. He takes the charge.
And Bamba to the bench. Roberts back on the floor. Here's Armush. Desean Jackson there with the bump. Not a good pass to Shaver off the cut.
I don't know if I've ever seen Kyle Smith move that quickly.
There's the change. Good work by the officials. Initially, possession was given to Boise State. They've changed their minds.
Not a good pass from Armush. And you'll see in the right-hand side of your screen, Kyle Smith. I'm going to have to ask him the next time we see him at shoot-around or pregame. That was like a shuttle run.
Careful, coach. Yakomoski. Couldn't handle that pass. Not a good one. You got to protect the possession. So turnover number 7 on Washington State. We've had 15 turnovers as well between these two teams.
Turnovers really haven't been a problem for either of these two teams this year.
Acott with Rodman out there. Armush out to set the screen. Acott with a drive. Ducks in. Got Rodman in the air. Good bucket. Emmanuel Acott from Manitoba. Transfer from Arizona.
He's highest rated recruit in Boise State history. Granted, he started his career at Arizona, but as far as where his ranking was coming out.
And then the block by Acott. Here's Rice. Transition three is short. Desean Jackson tied up by Degenhart, and our first possession arrow goes in favor of Boise State. Again, look who's in the middle of all of these winning plays so far in this game. It's Ty Degenhart, the freshman.
He's scoreless, 0 of 4 from the field. He shoots it at a tremendous percentage for a freshman, about 46%. But the first time you play at the college level in front of friends and family, it is difficult. I can only imagine the nerves that he had starting this game.
Marcus Shaver makes it a 5-point game. Tough jumper. He's got 7 points, but Degenhart has not scored, but 4 rebounds. He's also taken 2 charges in this game, creating turnovers. 5-point game. Shaver trying to bring his team back. He's got 7, down to 5. 4 minutes to play, 3:58 actually in the first half between Boise State and Washington State here at Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena. Dan Dickow now with his impact players, or players to watch around the Pac-12.
Johnny Juzang has kept up his tremendous play and from last year where he led the Bruins to the Final Four. To me, Benedict Mathurin is the best NBA prospect in the Pac-12. Boogie Ellis has been a seamless transition for Andy Enfield at the point guard coming over from Memphis. And Harrison Ingram, he has impressed me. He's a big, strong freshman who I don't think gets as much attention as some of the other young players across the country, but he can do a lot of different things, and I think he's got a tremendous IQ when you watch him play.
And Michael Flowers at the free throw line for Washington State, shooting a 1-and-1. He's an 84% shooter, 27 of 32 now on the season. Averages 14 points a game, and that his first bucket, make it 2. And now with 2 points, and it's 20-13. F.A. Abagidi defending the ball. Now the handoff to Shaver. Acott back to Smith. Look at the size advantage here for Acott. Into the paint, skip into the corner. Degenhart for 3. And Roberts out of there with it. Boise State doing a good job, though, getting back defensively in transition. Roberts into the corner. Yakumovsky step back. 16 won't go. And Aycott the rebound. Boise State 5 of 22 to begin the game. 22.7%. Degenhart drew the contact on F.A. Abagidi and scored anyways.
Well, he understands. He's not feeling it from the outside, but he's still a threat. Put the ball on the deck, and then the bump against Abagidi so the shot blocker couldn't use his length. That was impressive.
And Roberts missing from 3. Another foul called on the rebound. This will go against Washington State, but Degenhart, his first field goal, Dan, comes exactly the way we expected it might. Contact, tough, finish.
For a freshman, he does not shy away from contact, but again, he's attacking Abagidi on the bounce, and when he's about to get into his action for a layup, as most shot blockers do, they try to time the layup. You create contact such as he did on Abagidi, get them off balance, gives you the crack in the opening that you need. Nice finish from Degenhart. Smith, the Spokane product at the line for a pair.
That foul a moment ago called on DJ Rodman. That's his second. So he'll go to the bench, replaced by TJ Bamba. That's 10 team fouls now on the Cougars, 7 against Boise State.
Rodman and Bamba have been really good as of late for Washington State. They're wings with size and length. They both have struggled tonight. Combined 0 points.
Smith hits both free throws and things have tightened up. The Broncos on an 8-2 run, 3-point game with 2 minutes and 40 seconds to play in the first half. Roberts has cooled off for Washington State, let's say that. Deep 3, Flowers. Yakumovsky offensive rebound and brings it back out. And now a shot clock issue. So the whistle. And reset to 30 instead of 20. Surprised Yakumovsky just didn't go back up with that shot.
Well, sometimes when it's ingrained in you that this is your role, find open space and knock down threes, you find yourself not aggressive when other opportunities you could take advantage of arise.
Roberts. Here's Bamba. Noah Williams with 2 fouls back on the floor for Washington State. Working on Aycott. Degenhart with the dig. Williams, good feet. Scores inside, 22-17.
Williams did what Hijab has done a number of times. Your drive gets cut off, turn it into a post-up. That might be the most patient I've seen Williams on the low block in that type of scenario all season long.
Kuzmanovic. A lot of dribble. Yakumovsky defending now to Aycott. A smaller Bamba on him. 3 on the shot clock. Aycott. Kuzmanovic for 3. Yakumovsky the rebound.
Nice block out from Flowers there. Sometimes as a guard, when you're in a switch situation, all your focus needs to be on is making sure the guy you're blocking out doesn't come up with the offensive rebound.
You know, I knew we had a chance this game could be in the 50s tonight. I did not consider the 40s. Yakumovsky, great finish. 24-17.
Great game of basketball was invented 130 years ago yesterday. Dr. Naismith probably had no expectation. Nice hands, Greg. Ball's coming to me and you poked it away.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Yakumovsky with the finish here off the glass. I'd have caught it, Dan. I just had a pen in my hand.
I guess so, but back to my point. James Naismith invented the game 130 years ago yesterday. I don't think he was expecting the athleticism and the skill that guys like Trae Young and James Harden and Steph Curry and these guys play with when he invented the game in Springfield, Massachusetts. Pretty amazing.
Roberts inside. Noah Williams turned down to 3. Had a shot blocked from 14 feet. Boise State's defense playing a role. And another foul called, and Kijab will be shooting free throws. Foul called on TJ Bamba. And that's number 2 on Bamba. So Bamba, Noah Williams, DJ Rodman and Muhammad Gay, all with 2 personal fouls in this first half for Washington State. Key jab at the line, 57% shooter.
We were at shoot-around earlier today, and they spent a good 15 minutes on the free throw line. Usually Leon Rice values the ability to score it. He has had some of the best three-point shooting teams in the Mountain West ever since he's taken over the head coaching position in Boise. This team is built on the defensive end.
So Washington State's hit 2 of their last 10 shots. Boise State now no field goals in about 2.5 minutes. 5-point game. About a second differential between the 2 clocks. So Roberts will drain this down. Marcus Shaver out to defend Tyrell Roberts. 7 on the shot clock. Roberts step back, got Shaver in the air. Now Flowers. He'll shoot it. Look at the arc on that shot. And it's out of play. 0.2 seconds right now remain on the clock. I'm not sure the officials. I figured they might go over and make sure that 0.2 is right.
Well, the ball never touched the rim. So
yes.
It should have been a shot clock violation.
It should have been, which should put closer to a second, I think, on this clock. Here's the pass. 0.2 not enough to get it off anyways. 24-19, Dan Dickau, kind of what we expected, a low-scoring kind of scrum between Boise State and Washington State.
We were expecting defense. We were expecting the lack of offense. But that being said, we've got a good one in Spokane.
24-19 our score. Cougars 37% from the floor. Boise State 25%. Halftime straight ahead. And welcome back to Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena. We're at halftime between Washington State and Boise State. There's the Dickau family enjoying some holiday spirit tonight as they watch the Broncos and the Cougars battle. Here's what's going on around the Pac-12 tonight. Stanford defeated Wyoming by 3. Jaden Dallaire, 17 points. Grant Anasevich, 25 points in Cal's win against Pacific. And a tough one between Arizona and Tennessee right now in the second half. 4:08 to play, and Tennessee leading Arizona 63-62. Long way to go, and we know how the Wildcats can finish. We're at halftime. Second half straight ahead between Boise State and Washington State. And welcome back to beautiful downtown Spokane, Washington. What a beautiful wintry scene that is. Washington State leading Boise State 24-19 as we get ready for the start of the second act. Greg Heister, Dan Dickau. Let's look at some highlights. Not a lot of offense in that first half. There were some nice moments in that game, but the officiating, a lot of fouls. I think it got everybody kind of out of their early rhythm. But here's what we got to look at.
Yeah, I think the offensive bright spots for both teams were undersized, aggressive guards. For Washington State, Tyrell Roberts got it going from beyond the arc. And when he sees the ball go through the hoop, his eyes light up. All of a sudden, he starts getting shifty. He's dancing with the ball, creating space. Ended the first half with 10 points. And on the flip side, for Boise State, Marcus Shaver had a really nice first half. 7 points, 3 of 6 from the field. If you take out his attempts, Boise State only 3 of 18. He's got to do a nice job in this second half of staying aggressive because he's been one of the lone bright spots offensively.
And you can see the teams combined for 18 fouls in that first half. They also combined for just 15 field goals. You see the shooting percentages and the bench points. Washington State proving they're the deeper team right now. 5-point lead for the Cougars. They've been in a game like this already this season. They defeated Arizona State on the 1st of December, 51-29. Second halves straight ahead. And you are back at Spokane's Veterans Memorial Arena, 24-19 between Washington State and Boise State. I'm Greg Heister along with Dan Dickau, and we are ready to get it going second half. And Dan, it's been really the Achilles heel for Kyle Smith and his team this year. They did a much better job their last game against Northern Colorado, but second halves have been a problem this year.
They have struggled. Eastern Washington, they really struggled in the second half. South Dakota, a game here in the Spokane Arena. They lost on a buzzer beater. But in particular, New Mexico State, they were up 13 at the half.
And 18 in the second half.
And lost.
Yes. And I know Boise State's well aware of that. So they'll try to put some pressure on the Cougars here to begin. Noah Williams lines up to 3 and missed it. And Shavers with the rebound, and back come the Broncos, down by 5. Key job on the post. Noah Williams would defend. The bump of the chest. Key jab got inside, scored with the left hand.
Patience, no double's going to come. Just get to your spot and then spin away from the contact.
Key jab now 1 of 4, 5 points. Williams from the free throw line, that won't go. Long rebound run down by Mladen Armush. To the post. Degenhart against Muhammad Gay. Shot was too shallow. And a foul called inside. 3-point game.
Key-Jab is a tough cover at the college level because of his size. Boise State does a nice job giving him so much space. And if you're Washington State, Noah Williams is doing as good a job as he can of holding his ground, but you can't let a guy have 5-6 dribbles. You got to come dig or double, put a little bit of doubt in his mind.
Somebody's got to come, right? As Gay misses the corner 3. And then it goes out of bounds off of Washington State.
I mean, that goes for almost anybody. I mean, granted, Boise State had really good spacing on the weak side on that possession, but you can't let anybody have that many dribbles and get into their sweet spot and get rhythm and find an angle.
Check that. That ball was out of bounds off of Boise State, but then the offensive foul gives it right back to the Broncos. So 2 fouls to begin this half for Washington State. That one's on Desean Jackson. That's his first. And each team now with 9 turnovers in the game. Key jab. Shoulder into Bamba, left it short. Jackson with a good box out and rebound.
I think Key jab was expecting a call. It's been called pretty tight up till now. But when you try to create that much contact, it's doubtful you're going to get the call.
PJ Bamba, here's Gay with the catch. Degenhart there defensively. Muhammad Gay, fall away jumper, that's off. Shaver from his guard position with the rebound. Marcus with the drive, Jackson there to help. Armush almost shot that 3.
Thought about it.
It's 0 for 1 this season, if you're wondering. Key jab to skip. Acott will fire the 3. In and out. Out of play off of Armush, and he's pleading his case that it was off with Desean Jackson, and it may have been. Armush, not a lot of minutes in that first half, got into foul trouble early, but now with 5 rebounds, he's 0 for 1 from the floor. But this game, just a 1-possession game now with 17:36 to play. Neither team really able to build much of a lead in this game.
We talked about it at the top. Both teams are really kind of built on defense this year. It almost has the feel of whoever can get into somewhat of a rhythm offensively and find some open shots, they're going to come out on top.
Here's Williams.
I don't know if that's the way you get into a rhythm offensively, forcing something on the interior.
Desean Jackson very active on the glass there. Earned the rebound, and a foul called on Armush, and that's number 3 on Mladen. Redshirt senior from Belgrade, Serbia, transfer from East Tennessee State. He'll stay on the floor for the time being. Flowers, corner 3. And the rebound goes out of play. And it goes to Boise State. If you're Kyle Smith, Dan, you got to feel good about the fact, number 1, you've got the lead. But Michael Flowers, who's 0 for 3, just 2 points, he's not gotten into a rhythm yet. He normally does.
Yeah, he's been tremendous as of late. 24 in the win against Weber State, where I think Washington State had their most consistent effort. But to start the second half, Washington State 0 of 6 from the field, and Boise State now 2 of 5. Neither team lighting it up on the offensive end.
Marcus Shaver, though, having a good game. 6-0 run now for Boise State. Shaver with 9 on 4 of 7 shooting. Cougars have to clamp down on him. He's the main offensive threat right now for Boise State, and good possession there on Desean Jackson because Armish now with 4 personal fouls.
Well, Leon Rice is going to have to take him out, but similar to what I talked about on the other end when Kijab was backing him down, Desean Jackson is backing down Armish, your post, with 3 fouls. I know Washington State has 4 shooters on the floor right now, and you're taught to stay connected, but you can't allow Armish to be put in a position like Jackson just put him in.
So Armish to the bench. Najee Smith, a senior from Spokane, replaces him. Jackson now 1 of 4 from the free throw line. And it's a 24-23 Washington State lead. Shaver, step back 3 from deep. Offensive rebound, another chance for Boise State. This is Smith. That's a little long. And rebound earned by Flowers up to Williams. And Noah lost the grip. 10 turnovers now on Washington State. Marcus Shaver, redshirt senior from Phoenix, transfer from the University of Portland. Great feet. Step back. Bang. He's got 9. And welcome back. Time now for our Allegiant Airs. Together we fly, Dan.
Oh, great spacing on dribble penetration. Yakimovsky gets in the vision of Flowers, and then it's just up to Flowers. Deliver it to the shooting pocket of Yakimovsky. When he catches it like that, it's near automatic. Unfortunately, if you're a Cougar fan, they have not been automatic from the field. 30% on the evening. 0 of 6 to start this second half. Hard to believe they still have the lead.
Yeah, we were hoping to get you that Allegiant Airlines Together We Fly mention in the first half. But it's 24-23, 15:43 to play. And Noah Williams now, this is where Noah's at his best. Until he almost threw it away, but Flowers skip into the corner. Yakimovsky drive Degenhart there to create the turnover. Broncos back, Kijab to finish with the left hand, and now some emotion on that Bronco bench over there, Dan.
Well, Kijab had a speed burst in transition there. That was impressive.
Boise State's first lead since it was 5-3. Noah Williams left it short, and Kijab with the rebound, and Boise State with a 1-point lead in the ball. Foul called. Abu Kijab, 5th-year player out of Ontario, Canada. They're playing some basketball up there too.
They're producing a lot of great basketball players in the Toronto area these days, but he pushes it in transition. 6'7", 220 coming at you. You got to get in front. Noah Williams opens up an angle, and Kijab puts on the afterburners.
And then Kijab just threw it off the shoulder of Degenhart, who was trying to set a screen. So the unforced turnover there, and it gives it back to the Cougars, who now trail for the first time since it was 5-3, 15-15 on the clock in the first half. Tyrell Roberts, quick burst, and now Noah Williams. It won't go, got it back, and shot blocked by Smith. Noah Williams stays with it, and now some emotion out of Williams.
He'll play with emotion, that's for sure. There's been a number of times this season officials have had to ask him to settle down, but great job staying with it.
Williams now 3 of 10, but 6 points. And Washington State back in front, and Roberts pokes it away. Yakimovsky picks it up. And again, Boise State, great job to get back in transition.
Both teams are literally with 5-guard lineups out there now. Degenhart, the tallest on the floor, at 6'8" for Boise State.
Roberts got all the way to the rim and missed it with the left hand. He got off to a hot start tonight, Dan, but has struggled since.
I think both coaches are realizing we're struggling to score. Let's get 5 guys who can put the ball on the deck, maybe make a shot.
Here's Acott against Yakomowski. Good defense. Flowers on the run. Key jab. Shavers back. Key jab the block. Loose ball. There's the whistle. And a foul is called against number 11, DJ Rodman of Washington State. The energy picking up in this arena right now because it's picking up on the floor, Dan.
Yeah, the last 2-3 minute stretch, both teams have gotten after it a little bit more in regards to pushing the tempo, and a lot of that has to do with both teams are playing with 5 perimeter players. Washington State now, Muhammad Gay into the game. He's probably the only guy truly could be able to consider an interior presence.
And Rodman stays on the floor for Kyle Smith with 3 personal fouls. He and TJ Bamba have 3 for the Cougars. Here's Smith. Spins back to the glass and scores through Flowers. Boise State in front.
TJ Smith has just a unique game. Kind of unorthodox. He's had a couple really nice games this year. 17 and 14 rebounds. Excuse me, 4 rebounds against Cal State Northridge.
Yakomowski, Muhammad Gay. Flowers. Back to Gay. Oh, he went for the flush. He's fouled by Rice. Muhammad Gay's got to finish that at the rim when you're 6'11".
Expect and anticipate a weak side coming to attack you on the catch, and you're right, Greg. I don't like saying that all the time, but you are right, Greg. You have got to finish that as the big.
Muhammad Gay, talented freshman. Highest ranked recruit since Klay Thompson to Washington State. Gay was the 34th ranked player coming. Reclassified to get eligible this year. And you see the potential, Dan, but it's extremely raw.
Yeah, there's a long ways to go in his game, but absolutely a ton of potential. There's been a number of NBA scouts that I've already seen in attendance at Beasley this year to watch others, but in particular, track his progress.
Degenhardt, jump hook. Yakomowski clears the miss. Degenhardt now 1 of 7 from the floor. Roberts, quick trigger on the 3. Tyrell Roberts leading all scorers with 13. Cougars up by 3.
Good recognition. Degenhardt not up at the point of the screen, and you've got to be there with a shooter like Roberts.
Acott with Rodman right under him. DJ's got to be careful, and there's his 4th personal foul. And that's a big one. Rodman is a guy that can really set the tone defensively, Dan, but he can also hit a big shot when you need one. And he's claiming it was Acott with the elbow here.
That's I mean, he's got a case, that's for sure. But you've already got him pinned deep in the corner. You got to keep him out of the middle of the paint. Bad things happen when the ball gets to the paint.
You can't flirt with your 4th foul with 12 minutes to go, right?
No.
There's a step back. Shaver with 12, tied at 30. The offense starting to loosen up a bit between the Broncos and the Cougars. Skip into the corner. Yakomowski back to Bamba. TJ drives, left hand, missed it, got it back. Shot was blocked. Keeps it alive, got it to Flowers. Flowers for 3. Again, Bamba crashing the board. Gay picks it up. Muhammad Gay dumps it through. His first field goal. And now a whistle at the other end. And I believe, did TJ Bamba just pick up his 4th? He did. Washington State with 2 players with 4 personal fouls. They lead by 2. Muhammad Gay. What a game so far in Spokane. Time now for our Nextiva Team Talk. When you need to talk with your team, always use Nextiva. Oh, I'd like to have an ear in both these huddles right now. What do you think they're here to do?
Well, both teams are built on the defensive end this year, and both coaches have got to be excited and happy with their performances on that side of the floor. Now on the flip side, on the offense, it almost seems as if whichever team can get some semblance of continuity for a 3, maybe 4-minute stretch, they're going to have the opportunity to kind of blow this game out of the water, because a 8-point lead in a game like this kind of seems almost insurmountable, wouldn't you think?
I agree, and I said going to break, what a game in Spokane. That doesn't mean that the play has been great. It's just been very competitive, and now you see the energy coming to the floor. These guys are going to start battling each other.
No, competitive is exactly the right word to use. You know, there are a lot of ties in this game that make some interesting points to watch.
And there's a 5-second call out of a timeout, and nothing will put gray hair on your head if you're a coach more than that.
Well, Leon's definitely got a lot of gray in that category. As a coach of mine when I was at Gonzaga, I have the ability to say that now, but he has grown into a really good head coach at the college level.
Mohamed Gay. Ball not going anywhere right now for Washington State. A lot of stagnation. Here's Tyrell Roberts with 3 on the shot clock. Shavers blocked it. Roberts had no chance. Shaver, who thought about the 3. Michael Flowers was there to defend. Great catch. Degenhart will shoot free throws. Shaver and Degenhart working together there. There's Leon Rice back in the day, a longtime assistant with the great Mark Few at Gonzaga. And you and I were both around the program. Of course, you were an All-American for those Gonzaga teams, but man, were those fun days.
Yeah, Leon, as mentioned, has grown into a terrific head coach. He's got a great balance of understanding the game, building relationships with his players, and demanding a lot from them, yet at the same time keeping it fun. If my son gets to the point where he's got the ability to play at the college level, I would love for him to play for a guy like Leon Rice.
We are tied at 32. Cougars 3 of 18 this half. Boise State a bit better at 5 of 12. Yakimowski, and now Flowers. He got into the paint, hangs, missed it. Flowers not having his typical night tonight for Washington State. Now 0 for 6. And that tipped out a play by Noah Williams. But talking about Flowers, Dan, he's one of these guys that will continue to keep shooting it right, because that's what he does. His confidence will not wane, been playing too long and at too high a level.
Yeah, he's been playing really well. Every game but 3 are in double figures this season. 4 games over the 20-point mark, but 0 of 6 from the field tonight.
Key jab with 8 on the shot clock. He's got it back. Williams is there. Smith to set the screen. Key jab now with the drive. Got all the way to the rim. And Boise State in front now by a bucket. Key jab with 9. He's 3 of 7 from the floor. And he's been a real spark for Boise State this half on both ends. Noah Williams, ball deflected, and I believe that was key jab again. Here's Aycott. Degenhart on the post, key jab. Fouled all the way to the rim, whistle and a foul called, and this will go against Abu Kijab. That is number 3 on him. And he's a little slow to get up. Degenhart with a steal there. Yakimowski moving the feet.
Well, they got the switch in pick and roll. Yakimowski does a nice job of sliding his feet, taking the hit in the chest, but Kijab, he's got to do a better job of playing under control once he gets an angle.
There's F.A. Abagidi. Not heard much from him tonight for Washington State. The blocking foul called on Degenhart. That is his second. That's 6 on Boise State this half. Washington State has got 6 as well. 9:03 to play.
Abugidi's been very quiet this evening. 0 points, hasn't even taken a shot attempt. He had 12 points, 4 rebounds, 2 blocks against Northern Colorado. He's at his best when the game's up and down, and he can use his length and athleticism. The 6 games this year, he's had 2 or more blocks. He had a play against Northern Colorado from the half-court line. He took 1 dribble and dunked it. It was very impressive.
Jefferson Coulibaly on the floor for Washington State. Number 3, Williams from the corner. Long rebound, Shaver earns it. And now the pass to Keyjab. The catch. Can't finish. Putback goes by number 23, Najee Smith. And now Boise State with their largest lead of 4. They're on a 9-2 run. Tyrell Roberts with the drive, but a whistle. No shot. Foul coming against Boise State.
Find ways to impact the game, even if you're the guy that doesn't get your number called. Najee Smith runs the floor in transition, carves out some space, and is there for the putback.
Tyrell Roberts at the line where he's 24 of 24 this season. So he's begun his career at Washington State now with 25 in a row. He was this is the longest streak now since Clay Thompson started his career in Pullman, hitting his first 24. Anytime you can get Clay Thompson into the broadcast, it's a good idea. And Roberts, his first miss. Now 25 of 26 on the season. Don't look at me like that, Dan.
Hey, it's that classic broadcaster jinx.
It doesn't exist.
No, it doesn't. But it's nice to know that Clay Thompson's going to be back very soon. Last couple of years.
Can't wait.
Injuries, but add him to what Steph Curry's doing this season. Wow.
Emmanuel Acott against Coulibaly.
Well, where's the help?
His own missed bag. Boise State in front by 5.
Another time where a Boise State player backs him down to a sweet spot. Nobody comes and digs or double. I mean,
Yakumowski just traveled. Turnover number 13 for Washington State. Emmanuel Acott from Winnipeg, Manitoba, the transfer from Arizona, now with 7 points. Patience and the follow. Time now for our Old Trapper majestic moment. Abu Keyjab.
Well,
his energy has been unmatched.
Yeah, in a game like this where you struggle to score against a set defense, find ways to create offense from your defense. Get a steal, push it in transition just as Keyjab does. Then at the end, put the afterburners on. Finish the play, get 2 points, and get back to the other end. Broncos have been much better shooting in the second half as compared to the Cougars, who were 3 of 20 from the field.
Yeah, the Broncos have outscored the Cougars 19-9 here to begin the second half. And I'm of the opinion, Dan, it's just because they have won the battles to the loose ball. They've been the more physical team, and their shots have been closer to the rim.
Yeah, I think they've done a nice job of playing with force, and they've turned dribble drive opportunities into post-ups. They haven't settled for threes.
And Yakumowski just picked up his second personal foul. But that is 7 on Washington State. So Boise State now in the bonus, 7:27 to play. Keyjab, a 57% free throw shooter, but 3 of 4 in this game. Front end falls off, and then Gay lost it to Smith. Mohamed Gay brought it down, and Smith took it away.
He just does a lot of the little things, don't show up on the stat sheet. Isn't looking to score, he's just looking to make plays.
Shaver, tough shot. Mohamed Gay now with the rebound, and he cupped it that time. Kept it close. Cougars in one of their scoring droughts, better than 430 now. We've seen this happen to Washington State this year, Dan, often.
It's been the difference in a couple games. Eastern Washington, New Mexico State. USC, they had their chances to knock off the Trojans in Pullman.
Degenhart met Roberts. Good defense by the young Tyson Degenhart. Roberts now 5 of 13 in the game. Under 6:30 to play. Boise State, Washington State, each at 8-4 on the season. It's off the Pac-12 play after this game for the Cougars. Degenhart missed in close. He's now 1 of 8 in the game. Playing in front of friends and family. Flowers in the paint. Turns around. Yakomowski got it back to Flowers. Michael for 3. That's long. Gay tipped it out. Yakomowski with it again. And we did not get a reset on that shot clock. Actually, we got a reset, but back all the way to 30. Kyle Smith, you can tell in that discussion, he's wanting some fouls on his team shots.
Well,
down by 5.
His 2 most impactful wings over the last 5-6 games, TJ Bamba and DJ Rodman, both scoreless this evening with 4 fouls.
And Mladen Armush checks in for Boise State. 4 personal fouls. But Leon Rice thinks it's time for the muscle inside. 10 on the shot clock. Yakomowski got Degenhart in the air, draws the foul, and a chance for 3 for Andre Yakomowski. That was a crafty bucket.
If he can add that to his arsenal, that would be a huge benefit for Washington State, because as of now, he's played as, on the scouting report, as a 3-point shooter. Make him drive. He's able to create some space, get Degenhart in the air, finish the little floater with the chance at the 3-point play.
And Armush checked right back out of the game for Leon Rice. We wanted him in there for that defensive possession.
Well, with Armush, you can't switch 1 through 5. With the current lineup Boise State has, you can switch 1 through 5. And I would imagine on the flip side, the Cougars can do the same, because Gay does have the length and the ability to move his feet on the perimeter.
Cougar faithful starting to make some noise now in this arena. Key jab working on Yakomowski. Worked him all the way down and scored with the left.
That was a big boy bucket.
But where's the help, right?
Yeah, I mean, Yakomowski's doing his best to hold up the back down, but you're right. At some point, they got to come with a dig or a double.
Roberts missed the 3 again. Another offensive rebound for Yakomowski. He's got 10 total rebounds in this game. He's close to a double-double with 8 points. Fake the 3. Andre. No whistle on the contact. Flowers, open 3. Bingo! Washington State now with some life. They pulled to within a point with 4:50 to play.
Good no call from the official there. Shaver slid over, tried to take the charge. Flowers is found on the weak side, giving Washington State some life. 1-point game, Spokane Arena.
And welcome back to Spokane. 4:51 to play between Boise State, Washington State. Greg Heister, Dan Dickau. We're courtside for this rugby scrum between the Broncos and the Cougars. 24-19 the score at the half. Now it's 40-39, and Boise State earning their money right now with grit and power inside.
Well, Key-Jab has absolutely outpowered Washington State's perimeter guards on the low block. He's done it through back downs as well as getting out in transition. Aycott's gotten in on the party as well on the offensive glass. Najee Smith the same. But in this situation, you're giving a guy 4, 5, sometimes 6 rhythm dribbles to get to his spot. You have to come with a dig or a double. You've got to change the look a little bit. Washington State's too good of a defensive team to not put some doubt on that low block.
Cougars on the run right now. Rodman over there on the bench with 4 personal fouls. He was big. Actually, Rodman back on the floor for the Cougars now. Mohamed Gay with a rebound, and with the defense, and there's Rodman with the rebound. Flowers driving, and then the turnover. Shaver with it. Key jab And Boise State with an opportunity. Cougars had their chance to take the lead. Acott, here's Shavers. Degenhardt. Muhammad Gay. All alone, Degenhardt scores against Muhammad Gay.
That's a big-time play for a freshman who's struggled tonight in front of his home fans. That was over the bigger Gay. Nice move.
And Boise State back in front by 3.
But it shows
Noah Williams.
Shows you the confidence Leon Rice has in his freshman. But you talk about confidence. Kyle Smith still has confidence in Noah Williams.
He talked to us about today.
Yeah, he struggled at end-of-game situations this season as compared to a season ago. He is still going to put the ball in Noah's hands and trust him to make plays.
And Shaver, acrobatic shot attempt. Degenhardt, the offensive rebound and the emotion. The freshman Tyson Degenhardt, a homecoming for him. And he's got impact in this game for Boise State against the much larger Muhammad Gay. But Noah Williams now comes to life for the Cougars. His first 3 tied at 42 in Spokane. And welcome back. Time now for our jockey difference maker. And certainly this half, it's been Abu Kijab.
It has been. I don't think you can go in any other direction. He has been really good. 8 of his 11 points coming here in the second half. He's been opportunistic, whether it's recognizing a back down opportunity, getting out in transition, or that last one. Noah Williams doesn't square him up defensively on the wing. Straight line drive to the rim.
The freshman Tyson Degenhardt, a 61% free throw shooter, 11 of 18 coming in at the line, and calmly bangs it through. A lot of players with 4 personal fouls for the Cougars. Rodman, Muhammad Gay, and DJ Bamba. Armish has 4 for Boise State. 2 free throws for Tyson Degenhardt, and the Broncos in front by a deuce. Here's Noah Williams. Gay sets the screen. Noah weaves his way against Armish. Missed the shot. Rebound is cleared. Emmanuel Acott. 2:50 to play. Shaver. He's been important offensively for Boise State in this game with 12 points. 8 on the shot clock. He's got it. Needs help. Here's Kijab. Yakimovsky with the switch. Kijab the drive, and he scores with the left hand. Beautiful bucket. Boise State up by 4.
Well, because Shaver as a shooter was in the strong side corner, you couldn't help off it. Allows Kijab the lane for the easy 2.
Bingo! Michael Flowers. Now 2 of 6 from downtown. He's got 8. And this is a guy that can score points by the bucketful. And so Boise State's got to be careful now. And Kijab, Dan, he's done this all game.
He's been opportunistic, as mentioned. Shaver in the corner. Rodman can't help off, but Michael Flowers, that is a big-time shot. He's struggled up till now, hasn't made a bucket all night. But I think as the season goes on, in these type of situations where it's close down the stretch, I think you're going to see the ball in his hands more times than not. He's been really good as of late. 24 against Weber State, against South Dakota State. But he doesn't turn it over. He's able to create space and separation to get his jump shot off. And he does a really good job of discerning when it's his time and when it's time to get others involved.
He's got a good feel, certainly. And it's the quickness that he can get that shot off. 1-point game as we near 2 minutes to play. Degenhardt now lines up the 3. Tyson Degenhardt with 11 points. His first make from downtown.
A set play coming out of the timeout. Ghost the screen, meaning he slips the screen and gets out, finding himself some wide open space on the three-point line. Terrific execution from the Broncos. Flowers
working with Muhammad Gay. Bounce to Noah Williams. Noah down the lane. A wild shot to the glass. Tip back good by Yakimovsky. 49-47.
This might be the best two-game stretch I've seen Yakimovsky play in his 2 years.
Andre with 10. He's got a double-double with those 11 rebounds. Clock ticking down. 1:20 to play between Boise State and Washington State.
Same play.
Jab with Rodman there. Rodman may have gotten away with a foul. No call. Ball goes out of bounds. It remains with the Broncos.
Good set coming out of that last timeout. A double high pick and roll, and with Degenhardt's ability to shoot it, have him ghost the screen, meaning get out of there without setting the screen, get some open space. The other thing you got to love about him is he plays with a lot of emotion. You've seen it in some of the other games I've watched in preparing for this one. Some guys just play with no emotion. He plays with a joy for the game, which you got to love.
Boise State with a timeout, and if you're a Washington State Cougar fan, you remember the last time the Cougars were on this floor not that long ago, back on the 11th of December, tied at 74, clock ticking down. Baylor Shireman with Yakimovsky slipping buries the deep three. South Dakota State handed the Cougars the 77-74 loss. And Dan, that game ended an 18-game winning streak on the non-conference level for Kyle Smith and the Washington State Cougars. It was a big loss.
It was a big loss. You mentioned earlier in the broadcast that Kyle's schedule in year 3 is much more difficult than his first 2 years, and I would agree with that. A couple of the games that they've played this season, they've lost in tight ones, are against Big Sky opponents or WAC opponents that have opportunities to do something in their leagues towards the postseason. I mean, so much of college basketball is a level playing field this year because of COVID extra year that everybody was granted. You're seeing a lot of lower level programs having a ton of experience they wouldn't have had in years past.
1:14 to play. Broncos up by 2 with the ball. 12 seconds remain on the shot clock. Emmanuel Acott will be inbounding with Noah Williams there. Here's Kejab at Rodman. Rodman called for the personal foul, his 5th. And what's DJ Rodman thinking here, Dan? You know he's got 4.
Well, he wasn't ready to play. If we get a chance to take another look at that, on the baseline out of bounds, Kejab just pops. They inbound it. It almost made it look as if they were just going to get into a set.
Rodman out of the game without scoring any points and 4 rebounds. You hear the boos raining down.
Usually an official will come over and tell us what it is.
An intentional foul was also called. So this is a huge play in the complexion of this game. Abu Kejab at the free throw line. DJ Rodman on the bench, and Boise State now up by 3. This free throw would make it 2 possessions with 1:11 to go. He hits them both. Clutch by Kejab, a 57% free throw shooter. 5 of 7 in this game. It's a 4-point lead for the Broncos, Dan, and they have the basketball. Agree with that intentional foul?
Not necessarily in that circumstance. I mean, it was a great opportunistic play from Kejab, but Rodman's got to be ready to play. They run the exact same play again.
And Kejab scores again, and a chance for 3. And Boise State's exploded here in the final minute and a few seconds. Went right at Noah Williams. It was Rodman a moment ago.
They ran the exact same play to isolate key jab on that elbow. Noah Williams pleading with the official, asking for a call on key jab for getting open, but at the end of the day, there's going to be contact getting open on baseline out of bounds plays with a minute or so left. You gotta fight, you gotta claw to keep your space or gain space. That's not a foul.
Key jab actually hit Noah Williams in the chin, and I think that's what Noah was pleading. Another look at it here on the catch. Key jab hit him.
That's just incidental contact. I mean, there is nothing there that should have been deemed a foul call on Abu Key-Jab.
Minute 7 to play.
I mean, they're looking at it, so the only thing that I could think of would be because it was above the shoulders, they would be looking at it as a potential flagrant one.
That's exactly what they're looking for.
But I can't imagine that that would be called as one. I mean,
but I'm wondering, Dan, like, this is contact to the face in front of the official. He saw it. Should the whistle have been blown right there prior to the drive?
No, I do not think so.
Okay.
I mean, that's just incidental contact, trying to catch a ball. I mean, that happens on every rebound opportunity, either direction for either team.
Well, look, this is a huge moment in this ball game. Boise State has pushed their lead to 4 at 51-47, a minute 6 to go. And a lot of credit has to go to Abu Key-Jab for his aggressiveness offensively. His penetration to the rim sent DJ Rodman to the bench. The flagrant or the intentional foul was called, and now he goes right at Noah Williams and tacks on the bucket.
The Key-Jab's played to his strengths over the last 7 or 8 games. Early in the season, he was shooting a lot of threes. Now he's kind of limited to occasional corner threes, but he's putting the ball on the deck, attacking with the drive. If the drive gets cut off, he turns them into post-ups. And with his physical build and his aggressiveness, that's the exact right thing to do.
I hope we get an explanation here, regardless of how they rule. We have not gotten many in this game tonight. Actually, we haven't gotten any.
Usually the officials do come over.
But look, this game was 24-19 at the half. We knew in the second half every possession is going to be crucial in a low-scoring game. Sits at 51-47. They've determined what they're going to do. They're talking it over right now. And we are going to get an explanation. Okay, so Kyle Smith had asked the officials to look at that, wanting a flagrant foul. The officials said clearly it wasn't a flagrant foul. You were right. And Kyle Smith has to be satisfied with that. And now we play on, and Key-Jab at the free throw line, Dan.
And with that, I'm not sure, I couldn't hear as I was putting my headphones back on. Because Kyle asked for it to be looked at, he loses his last timeout. So Washington State is going to have to get into quick early offense and know that there are no timeouts to be had.
And Key-Jab now 6 of 8 from the free throw line, a 57% shooter. And his free throws alone could end up being the difference in this game. He hits them both.
Boise State 89% from the free throw line tonight after struggling all year at under 60.
It's a 7-2 run for Boise State. Roberts drives, left hand, won't go, but he'll shoot free throws. And that stops the clock with 54.9 to go. And Boise State up by 6. Smith right there. Roberts.
Nice job by Roberts. Good job by Roberts turning the corner, put some pressure on. That's the correct call from the official.
Tyrell Roberts now 2 of 3 from the free throw line.
And this is where that not having that timeout can hurt Washington State. The hope is that Kyle Smith has confidence in Flowers Roberts to be able to relay whatever message is shared at dead ball situations with the rest of the group.
Cougars need a stop, down by 4. Shavers with it. Flowers chasing. Bamba there to help. TJ with 4 fouls.
Got to get it over half court.
State's having trouble getting it over half court. Loose ball picked up by Roberts. Tyrell into the corner. Flowers with patience has to give it back. Roberts for 3. That's off. Smith clears it for the Broncos. And TJ Bamba with the foul over there, and TJ now is done. That's his 5th. His game ends 0 for 4 with 2 rebounds. And Andre Yakimovsky will replace him. Washington State had their chance there. Roberts had to shoot that ball on open 3, but they didn't need a 3. A lot of time left.
Yeah, didn't necessarily need a 3. And even now with that miss at the free throw line for Shaver, Washington State, you can get into your early offense. Doesn't have to be a 3. Get it down the floor first good opportunity you have.
Noah Williams on the floor. Here's Michael Flowers. Got by Acott. Yakimovsky faked the 3, drives on Smith. And Andre will go to the free throw line.
The same set that Washington State has run in similar situations against USC and New Mexico State. The only difference is that time it's with Michael Flowers. Yakimovsky's 3 was taken away, but does the right thing. Gets himself fouled, gets to the free throw line. Washington State now needs to be opportunistic. Go for a quick steal, if not foul.
Yakimovsky, a good free throw shooter. Andre now 11 of 12 this season, missing there. 4-point game. Foul called in the corner. That's a big miss at the line. And now the Broncos will go back to the free throw line as 3 Cougars now have fouled out. Muhammad Gay, TJ Bamba, and DJ Rodman. 3 points between those 3 players. And it puts guess who at the free throw line? Abu Kijab. All Mountain West second team a year ago. He has brought the energy in this half for Boise State. And he's brought the points. Now with 18, he's 8 of 10 from the free throw line. And credit to him, a 57% shooter from that line. Now has 9 points, 9 of 11 from the free throw line. Noah Williams at the other end. Bucket goes. 4-point game. Washington State without a timeout. And that's off of Kijab or off of Cougar? It's off of Flowers. Here's a look.
Not good spacing from the Broncos. That's tough to tell.
Williams. I think Noah Williams got his right hand in there. The officials are going to take a look at it.
We should definitely see it from this angle.
Call on the
Kijab
floor
pushes
was
off
Boise
a little
State
bit.
Basketball did.
Oh. I don't know, on second look, that might be off of Kijab.
If it was still touching his fingers as Noah Williams' hand came through to knock it out of his hand.
That's why I'm glad I'm not an official, Greg.
Well, you're going to have to be able to slow this down and really zoom in and determine if the ball. I think they've already made the call.
Yeah, I think they overturned it.
They overturned it. It's Washington State basketball. I don't think Leon Rice knows yet. I don't think he's been told.
He's confused.
I think everybody is right now. I'm not even sure Kyle Smith knows it's his ball. And now they're going to come look at it again, and Leon Rice is over there near the official. The ball on the floor was Boise State basketball.
Yeah, both teams were preparing as if
the call out of replay was Washington State basketball. Is that off of Noah Williams, or is it off of Abu Kijab?
Wow, it almost looks as if Kijab has two hands on the ball. Williams swipes it, but it kind of rolls off of Kijab's hand.
If that's the case, it's Cougar basketball. And
this is why it's so important with that last timeout.
That gives us a better look at it. This one right here.
This is why it's so important to know exactly whose ball it is, because obviously that last timeout Boise State called, they were preparing as if they were the inbounder.
You can see Noah's hand towards the bottom. I think Noah's hands on that, his fingers are on it longer.
I do agree with you now after really getting that super slow-mo. Great job from our camera and our crew.
I think this should be Boise State basketball. So on the floor, they called it Bronco basketball. They looked at it again. They called it Cougar basketball.
Both coaches were confused.
Yes.
And so they went to take another look.
And so now are the coaches, like, are they planning offense or defense right now? Do they know? Maybe just draw one up for each side and determine who they hand the ball to.
Well, if you're drawing up something offensively for Boise State, space it, come to the basketball. If you're defensively for Boise State, switch everything, take away easy looks, quick opportunities.
And they give it to Boise State. You hear applause, you'll hear boos. 56-52. 19 seconds to play. Here's the inbound. Shaver with it. Roberts was bowled over. The Cougars wanted an offensive foul down there. Instead, the call goes against Washington State. And this will put Boise State back at the free throw line. I think a good no call.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, Roberts tried to sell it as a hook, a charge. Shaver's arm was out a little bit, but all in all, that's 99% of the time, that's the correct call in that situation.
Shaver's now 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Boise State up by 5. Make it 6. Cougars have to execute from that three-point line now. Here's Noah. Step back. 3 on the way. Well off. Yakimovsky, the rebound, got it back to Roberts. He'll shoot the 3. That's well off. Rebound. Kijab. And Boise State has come to Spokane and defeated Washington State 58-52. They are now 9-4. Washington State 8-5. Dan, your thoughts on the game?
A big win for Boise State to come in and to Spokane and beat Washington State, but Washington State did what they needed to do on the defensive end of the floor, forced the Broncos into 36% shooting. But when you struggle on the offensive end as poorly as the Cougars did, it's going to be a long night, which it was. 31% from the field. All in all, a defensive battle. Boise State, the biggest plays down the stretch.
A game that was stuck in the mud in the first half. It was 24-19 after the first 20. But it's Boise State who's able to open up the doors offensively. They scored 39 in the second half. They win it by 6, 58-52 the final. For Dan Dickau, I'm Greg Heister. Good night from Spokane. Happy holidays out there.